What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video here today. Today I figured I'd take the chance to take a quick walk around the 240 itself. I haven't made one of these videos in a while, actually not since last year. I had, maybe a fraction of the subscribers, and a lot has changed since last year. So I figured I'd take you guys quickly around this thing, show you everything I have done. It's a little windy, so hopefully this mic actually, does a good job out here. But let me show you guys what we have done and we'll move on. First off, what we have is a 1990 Nissan 240SX S13 in specific, the hatch, obviously. We're gonna start from the rear, just work ourselves up. So right at the very back, we have the 180 taillights. As you guys can see, those things look super nice, really give it a nice, clean, more modern look, I guess you could call it. As well as the ISR now, blast pipes, 3-inch. This car actually has a full straight pipe all the way from the turbo back, custom down pipe, no, no cats, anything like that. So sounds really, really epic. A lot of you guys asked me about the paint on this thing. It actually is original, believe it or not. It's amazing how nice the condition is on this thing. It was sitting in a barn for about 7 years before I actually picked it up. If you guys want to hear the whole story about this whole car, just let me know in the comments below. But just a super cherry paint job, loving it. The windows, window tint in the back and the hatch, the quarter windows here, I have 20%, and up front I have 35 with a 20% sun strip. It's an 8-inch sun strip, looks super mean if I do say so myself. As you guys can tell, we have some pretty nice RPF ones here with some pretty meaty, grippy tires on them. They're the BF Goodrich G-Force Rivals. The wheels are 17x9 plus 22 all the way around. The tires are 255s, 4017s, and actually up front I'm running a 15mm spacer just to clear my coilovers, and in rear I actually had to get the back spacing of the wheel milled down about 6mm because they actually were poking out too much, as opposed to right now, with the specific tire setup, with the no camber that I'm running, it really was the only way to actually make it fit. And the reason why I went with these offset wheels and not something higher to make them actually sit better without actually having to mill them down was the fact that the spoke design on these wheels right here have a little bit of a concave as opposed to the convexed, which is the plus 35 offset, which personally I don't really like at all. These are the only really style of RPF ones that I like. Everyone always asks me about this scratch, and to be honest, that was there when I bought the car. No idea how or what had happened, but no one keyed my car. It is extremely windy out here. It looks like a storm is about to just dump down on me, so hopefully I get this video done in time. So as far as suspension, I have the Stance GR Pro Pluses for coilovers. I've got the fully adjustable ISR Pro arms in the rear, as well as up front I've got some Voodoo 13 billet aluminum tension rods. Those things are absolutely a piece of art. A few people have asked me about these tire stickers. You actually can go ahead and get those yourself. If I mention anything that I've made a video on, guys, you will see it pop up in the top right hand corner. I got a lot of stuff that I videoed in the past, kind of going over how I did it, the whole process, whatever. So definitely check those videos out. Really loving the stance of this thing in the rear. Awesome. Definitely really recommend the coilovers. So walking into the interior of the car, this is the part of the car that I'm really happy of how it's actually turned out, how it's progressing. Still a bit of work to be done. As you guys can see, we have some Corbeau bucket seats right here. Really make a nice touch to the whole interior, give it a nice modern look. Also have a Nardi personal wheel right there. Super awesome wheel. It's a vintage wheel. They don't make that anymore. Right here we have some Phase 2 Motor Trend floor mats. Those things look absolutely killer inside here. And as far as the interior, we also can't forget the most almost the most important part in the interior. We have our red carbon fiber pieces done by G2 Composites, G2 Carbon now. Definitely check them out in the description. If I mention companies, guys, definitely go ahead and check them out in the description. Their red carbon is absolutely gorgeous. I have a couple of glow shift gauges right there and a few AEM gauges. Rocking an NRG hub with hub adapter. No complaints with those guys there. The back of the car is just fully stripped, so really nothing to go over back in there. I do have some plans in the future for it. And honestly, if I do miss a couple things, definitely ask questions, guys, in the comments below. But as far as exterior, really nothing too crazy. The front, obviously we have a pig nose. You know what I mean? And it has the OEM front lip on it, which apparently is super hard to find, but I don't know, for every 240 that I see, they always have it, so I'm not really too sure what the fuss is about. Now, for the front brakes, we have the Q45 upgrade. It's from an Infiniti SUV, I believe, or just a sedan. I don't know. They're definitely bigger than stock, and they honestly are a lot better than everyone made them out to be. They came with the car, so I figured I'd just go ahead and toss them on. And really not bummed out about it at all. I actually have a dinner plate setup coming in pretty soon, and then, you know, by next season I'll have a pretty mean front brake setup. Might as well go to the place where most of the modifications are. The engine bay. Man, it is absolutely freezing. Oh. All right, guys, so we have a lot of stuff going on in here, and absolutely nothing is stock. Well, there's a couple things that are stock, but not much. So obviously, first off, we're gonna start with the engine bay, guys. I actually painted this engine bay myself, primered it, base coat and clear coat. All those videos were documented, so definitely check those out. I'm pretty speechless. I can't lie to you guys. Like I said, probably popped up in the top right-hand corner. As far as motor, we have an RB20 DET, but it's not your average RB20. It actually has quite a bit done to it. Internally, it's all stock as far as the block. The head has been machined, you know, milled. It's all been refreshed. Everything clearance-wise is back to OEM. It has ARP head studs as well as a factory OEM head gasket. That was all replaced, not last year, but the year before. So starting off in the back far corner, and by no means, this engine bay is a little bit messy right now. I kind of was doing a little bit of things here and there, and it's really, I should have cleaned it up back to how it normally is, but no big deal. We have a SARD fuel pressure regulator in the back right there. Obviously we have a, you know, tucked battery that's in the trunk. For a turbo setup, we have a Borg Warner S1300 with a CX Racing manifold T3. It actually is a 0.71 exhaust housing. Honestly, guys, this turbo spools up pretty nasty for this car, for this motor. Really impressed with it. And if I'm shaking the camera, guys, that is my bad. I am shivering out here. It dropped like probably 30 degrees, 20 degrees in the past, you know, hour. For the downpipe, this was all custom made. All the piping, as far as intercooler piping and stuff like that, that was all custom. My buddy hooked me up and helped me out with those. I don't really know how to TIG weld yet, but definitely hope to plan to learn in the near future. Did an amazing job, I must say. So as far as exhaust side, you know, that's pretty much it. We have a tile, you know, 38mm wastegate down there, if we can focus on it. Boom. We have a Hallman boost controller. We have our wideband and O2 sensors down there on the downpipe. We have a phase 2 Motor Trend turbo blanket, super nice to have. Got the good old NOS can as an overflow. Currently running a Z32 MAF, but for those of you that are not aware, we actually have an RB25 in the garage that's going to be swapping into this thing next year. That's going to be built, and it's just going to be an unbelievable build, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, one of my favorite parts about the whole engine bay is this cooling panel right here. This guy's another product from G2 Carbon. Definitely check these guys out. They make absolutely anything and everything as far as carbon fiber for different colors, everything. So definitely check them out. They are awesome. Can't say enough good things about them. You guys are probably also wondering where my radiator is, but as you guys can see, we actually have it tucked underneath the support right there. Also have a video on that to show you guys how to do this yourself. As you guys can see, we did a little bit of custom fab, got the filler neck way outside, so you know you can still get to it. And obviously we have a front mount in the front, nice big 3-inch, you know, piping all the way around. We have a phase 2 Motor Trend catch can, which, you know, excuse the temporary mount. I literally did that this morning because the mount that I had on there got all weird and funky. So right here we also have a tile blow-off valve. A lot of you guys ask me about this thing. It sounds absolutely amazing. Definitely recommend tile as far as quality and just, you know, just a product in general. Also, we have some Bosch 750 fuel injectors. We got a, you know, fully AN lines that I did myself. Everything you guys see here I did myself besides the welding. Like, you know, obviously the painting, did all that myself. So, you know what I mean? I just want to get a quick overview as far as like what I have done to this car itself, because I haven't told you guys really all in one video what we got going on. And I've had a lot of requests for people, you know, people have been asking me to tell you guys what we got going on here. So if I didn't mention anything, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop it down in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this because I hate when the wind is just blowing on it. But, oh, the intake manifold, I forgot to mention you guys that. That is from Japtec in Australia. They actually make some pretty decent stuff for a pretty good quality. No complaints with the intake manifold itself. If you guys have questions as far as how to, you know, get vacuum and stuff like that, I'll make that in a whole separate video. But in a nutshell, guys, that's pretty much it. I might have forgotten a few things here and there, but like I said, if you guys have questions, if I didn't touch on something that you guys want to know about, definitely let me know and I'll definitely answer it for you. As far as ECU, currently I'm running a Nistune board. Really have no complaints about it. Honestly, it's a really solid tuning form. If you guys aren't really looking to go into E85 or just get super in-depth and crazy with your tuning, or let's just say you're not trying to push like 1,000 horsepower or anything like that, you know, these type of ECUs are just fine. So cost effective, you know what I mean? They work great. They do just what they intend on doing. Definitely recommend it, but next season I'm actually gonna be going standalone. Probably Haltech, just because it's a straight up plug and play into the harness. And yeah, that'll make the RB25, you know, E85 compatible. We'll have anti-lag, we'll have all the cool stuff that comes with the standalone, but for now, the Nistune is doing just fine. I have to jump inside the car because it is so cold out there. Like my hands, I'm struggling to like bend my nut. It is freezing. So unfortunately, the end of the season is pretty much here. We'll see if I get some chances to actually drive this car anymore, you know, later, you know, in the month or maybe even December. Last year in December, we had weeks where it was just 60. Roads were beautiful, super clean, no salt. But here I am. I pulled my motor like the day after I took my car off the road, which was like, I don't know, what was it? I think it was like Thanksgiving or something like that. I did a live stream and got the motor out of there. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but there's a lot of sweet stuff happening over the winter time, guys. I actually have somewhat of a surprise for you guys. I don't want to talk anything about it yet because nothing is set in stone currently. But there's some cool stuff on the horizon. It's brewing up. I'm really excited about it. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to do so already. I know I'm just talking, and probably a lot of people don't watch me just at the end here when I just talk, but regardless, if you guys are new, thank you so much for subscribing. If you guys are new and haven't subscribed but you're watching this, thank you for watching. That's awesome. Now, I have had this car for 3 years now, and let me tell you what, it did not look anywhat close to how it did now. It's gone through 3 seasons, 3 different sets of wheels, so I mean, it definitely evolved quite a bit from when I first got it. But, and there's still a lot more to come, guys. Like I said, RB25 build, we're shooting for about, you know, 500 to 700 wheel horsepower. You know, no problem. Like I said, the reason I say 5 to 7 is because I probably won't daily on 7. Like I said, I'll probably like a high boost tune, low boost tune. So, you know what I mean. So definitely check out the description, guys, for all the companies that have helped out with this build. You'll see all the places where to get the floor mats, you know what I'm saying, turbo blankets, carbon fiber pieces, stuff like that. Those guys have been awesome. And if you haven't checked out throttle.com yet, guys, already, make sure to do so. It's an amazing online marketplace where they collaborate 194 different websites onto one site. So if you guys are looking for parts, anything for your car, truck, whatever, they have all the parts you guys are looking for. Wheels, just out the app. The amount of wheels they have is incredible. So if you guys are looking for wheels, parts, definitely check them out. Link in the description. Free to sign up, super easy, takes 2 seconds. You can hook up with Facebook, takes no time at all. Thank you guys again. Stay tuned for the winter. Let's do it big next spring. Take it easy, guys.